If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in a Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft. Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. A child shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener.
Jason coming through.
Jason coming through.
He's from Sin and Glory, by the way. But
Shout
he
out to
decided
Jason
to
from
not
Sin and
only be
Glory.
part of his Sin and Glory group, but also to jump off on his own and get a song moved straight to the head of the list, where he didn't have to work for work with a crew of people. He just did it on his own.
He did it on his own, Lee.
So we're gonna listen to The Doors' "Peace Frog."
Peace Frog. I thought
Lyric video.
I thought the title was like off, and I was like, that can't be right, and so I didn't download the video.
Seriously?
But now I know. No, it's serious. So now you get to talk to the people. Maybe you can. Soraya's gonna do an Ask Me Anything for the next 2 seconds.
That's true.
While we download
Ask
The
Me
Doors'
Anything.
Peace Frog.
Yeah, and in the meantime, I'm gonna pull the stream up so I can see the question that you asked me.
Peace Frog. Well, let me see.
What?
Oh, wait.
Vin and Sori live.
Yeah, I see it right there.
Is anybody floating around any colds as of late? Okay.
We are never gonna be healed in this house. The house is under a pox, I say. A pox.
Sorry.
Amy
We
Lee
need to have
in the
that
house.
cough. From your sports team.
Yeah, I know. I knew you were gonna say that. All right, here we go.
Yes, we do sell hoodies.
The Doors, Peace Frog. Yeah, the hoodies are actually pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie. I actually actively look for our hoodies when I'm going outside.
So do I.
I'm not gonna lie to you. They're pretty good.
We're both fighting over them in the closet.
All right, guys, here we go. Peace Frog. The name of the band is The Doors. This is a lyric video. Pay close attention.
That's what
A little team spirit at the beginning.
yeah.
Baseline is hard. Baseline is
Dead
hard.
blood in the streets, it's up to my ankles. Deep blood in the streets, it's up to my knees. Deep blood in the streets, the town of Chicago. Deep blood on the rise and following me. It's about to break of day. She came and then she drove away. Sunlight in her hair. She blooded Indians scattered on dawn's highway bleeding. Ghosts crowd the young child's fragile eggshell mind.
Jesus.
Blood in the streets in the town of New Haven. Blood stains the roofs and the palm trees of Venice. Blood in my love in the terrible summer. Bloody red sun of fantastic LA. Blood screens the brain and chop off the fingers. Blood will be born in the birth of a nation. Blood is the rose of mysterious union. Dead blood in the streets, it's up to my ankles. Blood in the streets, it's up to my knees.
Yeah.
Blood in the streets, the town of Chicago. Blood on the rise is following me.
Our Amazon account is up and running now. We are selling our formula officially. It's amazing stuff from Europe.
Made in Germany. Sold in America.
Highest standards there are. In America, the standards haven't been updated since 1980. Super weird, like older than me. In Europe, they update safety standards basically every year. This formula is top notch, great for the stomach, great for constipation. This is a great product. If you happen to want to purchase it and join us on our journey, then grab the link in the description. If you do and leave a review for us, send me a screenshot at vinandsori@gmail.com of your review after you have received the product. We will put your name in a hat. Song reviews are going to come out by some of the people that have left reviews. Don't forget to send us a screenshot of your review once you get the product. Now a word from our mascot dressed as a pirate, Fuji.
It's a steal of a deal.
What is this song about?
Well, this dude
He's
is kind of
singing,
like...
it's so smooth and upbeat. I thought we were going dancing. We're talking about blood everywhere.
Okay,
like,
so, first of all, he said he explicitly mentioned Chicago, right?
yes, he did. The town of
And
Chicago.
they had those riots in Chicago, 1968, from April 5th
Yep.
to April, and this song came out in the
1970.
70s, 1970.
Yeah.
So the Chicago riots were still in his head apparently.
Oh shit. Okay.
So maybe
Wow.
so you know the 60s, a lot of upheaval. So it could very well, but again, this guy is also like a poet. You know how like you say like, oh, so and so is a poet. It's like they probably are a poet, but they're in a band. What you're saying is like he's really good at writing or something like that.
Yeah.
This dude is like an actual poet.
Okay.
Like so like when you could hear like at the end too is kind of like that spoken word stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he's got, and I don't know much about this band, but I got the rundown from like one of his folks. This dude has like actual books of poetry. He's like a published poet, and he's like
okay. Okay.
generationally like the man.
Really?
Like basically this, and granted this
Wow,
came
okay.
from a fan, but I don't know. But basically this dude, they said that this dude, if he wasn't known as the guy from the Doors, like he could have been known just as one of America's greatest poets all time, just by
Wow.
himself, aside
Wow,
from the
okay.
rock star shit. So,
yeah.
so he's an actual poet. Like the dude can write his ass off.
Okay.
So the problem with it is that like if you look at a lot of really big highbrow poetry, like they don't always they never rhyme. Like as you
Yeah.
can see, and
That's
and
what I was looking for.
you got to kind of look at it 9 times to kind of like piece together what the
Yeah.
hell is going on. You know what I'm
and
saying?
that's the best poetry, is that?
Well, yeah, because it gives you a lot more space to work. Like if you have to operate thematically all the time, then you know it's very constricting.
Right. Yeah.
So,
yes, true.
but to basic folks like me, it's like, well, that's you get from A to Z, right?
yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah.
you know, thank you very much. I had a nice time on the train.
But,
That song didn't really rhyme very well.
Right.
Okay, it looks like a bunch of random thoughts stuck together.
Yeah.
But they sound very eloquent off my
Yeah.
tongue. So, you know, like cellar door. But,
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put cellar door in a thing because it sounds beautiful. But anyway, whatever. I'm just saying, like, dude is like known as a legitimate poet. So I think he's looking at all the unrest of the time period that he's in. Again, this
Yeah.
came out in 1970. So he could have been writing actually as the shit was happening. You know what I'm saying? Because I've
That's
written
what it
songs.
seemed like.
I've written songs that are like going to be 2-3 years old by the time they come out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
So
Yep. Right.
if he's looking at it and he's talking about blood in the streets, you know, and that's when I started thinking about Chicago, because he said,
yeah.
in the town of Chicago, up to, you know, it
Yeah,
came
it
up
started
to my
out
knee.
with his ankles. Then it was up. Then it went to the thigh. I see the thigh.
Yeah,
Did you say something about a knee? Knee must have been before thigh. But
Yeah, and it's
yeah,
up to
right
my
there.
knee.
Ankles, knee, thigh.
It's following me, and it's, you know, it's on the
Yeah.
rise. But then he says, think about the break of day. She came and then she drove away, sunlight in her hair.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to the scene of all the chaos.
Yeah.
Women are crying, whatever. And then
Jeez.
the music calms down. But then he talks about Indians scattered on dawn's highway bleeding. Ghosts crowd the young child's fragile eggshell mind. So that's when he started like his poetry stuff. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I was like,
so who do you think
"Jeez."
the girl is?
Well, see, that's what I was wondering. I wasn't sure if it was like, you know, like sometimes when there's like events, like if there's something going on the streets, there's like a riot, people want to join in, and then maybe like people come to town for that. And then maybe it was like the feeling of like, okay, they're all together standing in on this, and then having those people leave, like personifying that as a woman.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, the idea of Lady Liberty, like, is it like it starts looking like maybe this is going to bring us somewhere, but at the end of it all they have is bloody streets because nothing actually changed.
So who's the woman?
Like Lady Liberty, like whatever these people are, you said the riots,
America?
like, well, not like America, but like the idea of like freedom for everybody, and that everything is, because what were these riots about? I'm making assumptions right now. What was the riots about?
Chicago riots? I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm assuming something racial, probably.
That's what I was assuming. Okay,
Yeah.
so when these riots are happening, maybe there's like okay, this is going on, like maybe this is actually going to bring about some change, but then just as soon as like the hope that something was going to change, you realize it wasn't bringing about the change that they thought that it was going to, and what they have left is the bloody streets. Like everybody's in the streets, and she left.
I don't know. I think it might have been America, because Indians scattered on dawn's big highway bleeding. Maybe he's saying like America has always been a bloody woman. Like she's always had the sun in her hair. Like the dream was always there. But there's always going to be a cost. Somebody's going to be bleeding out every time. So, like, you're chasing, like, the American dream,
Right.
but so much blood has to be shed in order for that idealized picture of her to
Right.
be realized in the real world.
And whether she's coming or she's going, it's just bloody.
Right. She came into town, then she drove away. She
Right.
came, she drove away. So
But she came when there was blood in the streets. She drove away as the blood is rising.
Yeah, it's like, it's this ever elusive, like we're trying to capture some kind of existence as the American dream, but she keeps like, you know, leaving. Everything gets all torn to shreds, and then at the height, like she's out of there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
it would make a lot of sense, like as far as, you know, that's pretty much the long and the short of it.
Yep.
And then blood in the streets up to, you know, bloody red sun of fantastic LA. It doesn't matter where it is, whether in New Haven or you're in Venice, wherever it is, it's bloody all over the place.
Yeah.
And people are going to pay high prices to attain to whatever that is. So if it's in LA, okay, the blood's going to be on the roof, whatever, the trees of Venice.
This part sounded pretty crazy.
Blood screams her brain. They chop off her fingers. Blood will be born, the birth of a nation,
Blood is the rose of mysterious union.
Yeah, which, I mean, if you think about the flag, right? You got the red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
Like it's it's our we've got a blood-soaked culture. It's right. It's at the highest levels of our metaphor.
Yeah.
You know, and it's funny because we start off with red as the base color. We say we do XXX for the red, white, and blue, or brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Like we always start with the red, white, and blue. It's very interesting. Like start with blood first.
Yep.
Because this is, you know,
that's crazy.
we were baptized in blood and we're going to drown in it. I mean, that's pretty much it in this country.
Blood on the rise. Yep.
So it's very interesting too, especially with that imagery as well, because there's religious imagery in the book of Ezekiel around, I think when you get to chapter 49-ish, and there's this river that's coming, and the river is ankle deep, and then it's knee deep, and then it's waist deep, and then
it's up to the horse's bridle.
Then it's up to the horse's bridle, and that's supposed to talk about the expansion of God's ideal world. So, but when he talks about it, you know, it's the expansion of the opposite of the ideal. Its blood is coming to the tip of the brain, which is very interesting. That's probably another reason that's used in Revelation. That's interesting. I'll have to check that out later.
Yes.
Very good job. High five. All right, what do you give this song?
Great work, Sori. Okay. It was pretty, like, kind of heavy. Would you say, like, jazzy? Or what sort
it's
of...
definitely jazzy. Almost a little bit progressive without the pretense.
Maybe some, I don't know, some funk in there or something. I'm not sure. I'm going to give this one a 9.6.
I'm going to give this one 9.0. Solid 9.
All right. We're coming right back at you with another song. Thank you, Jason, for requesting this one. All right, you guys, we'll be right back.
The German's flag has that reference. Stripes are black, red, and yellow, and corresponds to the phrase, out of the darkness, through blood, into the sunlight. So, there it is again. He had the same elements in the song. So maybe he was also talking about Germany, which is very interesting because our baby formula manufacturer is in Germany.
I was like, you can't be making that.
Yes, dear listener.
Yes.
Fuji Beer Infant Formula. Check us out at Amazon.com. We will see you later. That thing is way too big. Vin out.
Sori out.
Go.